Is there anything which can affect long-run equilibrium of perfectly competitive market?
Yes, dear, there is a reason. An increase or decrease in market demand for a product can throw an industry out of a long-run competitive equilibrium.
How? Please explain.
Let's first take case of increase in demand. Suppose we start at long-run competitive equilibrium where P is equal to MC, which is equal to SRATC and which is equal to LRATC. Then market demand rises for the product produced by the firms in the industry and equilibrium price rises. The demand rises are likely to be due to a general increase in consumption by consumers across the industry. As a consequence, the demand curve faced by an individual firm, which is its marginal revenue curve, shifts upward. Next, existing firms in the industry increase quantity of output because marginal revenue now intersects marginal cost at a higher quantity of output. In the long run, new firms begin to enter the industry because price is currently above average total cost and there are positive economic profits. As new firms enter the industry, the market or industry supply curve shifts rightward. As a consequence, equilibrium price falls. It falls until a long-run competitive equilibrium is re-established. That is, until there is once again zero economic profit. Look at the process again. From the initial increase in market demand to the re-establishment of long-run competitive equilibrium. Price increased in the short run owing to the increase in demand and then decreased in the long run owing to the increase in supply. Also, profits increased owing to the increase in demand and consequent increase in price, and then decreased owing to the increase in supply and consequent decrease in the price. They went from zero to some positive amount and then back to zero. The up and down movements in both price and profits in response to an increase in demand are important to note. Too often, people see only the primary upward movements in both price and profits, and they ignore or forget the secondary downward movements. However, the secondary effects in price and profits are as important as the primary effects.
Grandfather, I have a small doubt. If price first rises owing to an increase in market demand and later falls owing to an increase in market supply, will the new equilibrium price be greater than, less than, or equal to the original equilibrium price?
The answer depends on whether increasing cost, decreasing cost, or constant cost respectively describes the industry in which the increase in demand has taken place. Let's delve more into it. Let's start with constant cost industry. In a constant cost industry, average total costs, that is unit costs, do not change as output increases or decreases when firms enter or exit the market or industry. If market demand increases for a good produced by firms in a constant cost industry, price will initially rise and then will finally fall to its original level as shown in exhibit. We start from a position of long-run competitive equilibrium where there are zero economic profits at point 1. Then demand increases and price rises from P1 to P2. At P2, there are positive economic profits which cause the firms currently in the industry to increase output and new firms to enter the industry. We move up the supply curve S1 from point 1 to point 2. Next, new firms drawn by the profits enter the industry, causing the supply curve to shift rightward. For a constant cost industry, output is increased without a change in the price of inputs. Because of this, the firm's cost curves do not shift. But if costs do not rise to reduce the profit in the industry, then price must fall. Profits can be reduced in two ways: through a rise in costs or a fall in price. Price must fall to its original level, that is P1, before profits can be zero, implying that the supply curve shifts rightward by the same amount that the demand curve shifts rightward. In the exhibit, this is a shift from S1 to S2. The two long-run equilibrium points 1 and 3, where economic profits are zero, define the long-run industry supply, that is LRS curve. A constant cost industry is thus characterized by a horizontal long-run supply curve. In a decreasing cost industry, average total costs, that is unit costs, decrease as output increases, as firms enter the industry, and they increase as output decreases and firms exit the industry. If market demand increases for a good produced by firms in a decreasing cost industry, price will initially rise and then finally fall to a level below its original level. In exhibit, price moves from P1 to P2 and then to P3. In such an industry, average total costs decrease as new firms enter the industry. So, price must fall below its original level to eliminate profits. A decreasing cost industry is characterized by a downward sloping long-run supply curve.